this Void Ray going past his Overlord, so that's nice there, and these Void Rays picking off that Overlord here, so interesting to see what AlwaysYou's reaction is going to be. These Mutalisks will do really well against these Void Rays, but now we are seeing them come across the map, and more Void Rays being produced, even a Phoenix coming out, but we are seeing Corruptors coming out for AlwaysYou, so he should be okay, especially with this dual Queen. So, and these Void Rays do not have that speed upgrade yet, so they are slow and they are vulnerable to these units. He needs to transfuse this Queen. That's the first transfusion, does not have any more. Void Rays getting close to charged up, while these Mutas and Corruptors work on this. Do not agree with Stroggos trying to flee there. These Void Rays are so slow that they're just going to be minced. He should have committed to the attack. They're so slow they cannot get away. Stroggos trying to micro his Void Rays, working on these last two Corruptors, but only one Void Racer reviving, and this Queen and these two Corruptors should be able to mop that up. So that's a big investment loss for no real damage, apart from taking out some Mutas and some Corruptors and one Queen. So Stroggos, in that one fell swoop, has fallen behind here.
Yeah, the problem, of course, that Stroggos has is he's got these Void Rays and now a Phoenix joining the field. But, I mean, the way that Zerg economics is set up is he's got 6 Corruptors being lined up right now, so instantly he's got an army that completely negate anything that's coming out of Protoss air. So it's a curious one because, of course, he's now getting 2 gateways to make up for that. I guess he's going to go a bit further ground now. So we'll have to see what he can do, because now all these Corruptors have just got really the air superiority.
Yeah, I feel this was a mistake here from Stroggos. Obviously he wants to mix it up, does not want to be too predictable, even though he's gone for the same opening. So it's always good to mix that up, but by going for this air investment, he's allowed AlwaysYou to go heavy Corruptor, and he's got so many Corruptors on the field right now, it's almost ludicrous. But he's surrendered that really strong early game advantage that he has, that he could transition with a huge economy into mass gateway units and mine off 2 expansions for a long time. And we are seeing Stroggos charging his Void Rays up on these destructible rocks. They will take that out so nice now that they're all charged up, and it means that they can engage at maximum charge. So this is going to be good for Stroggos in engaging if he can get close, but there's so many Corruptors, even if he's charged, and these Stalkers, I do not think it'll be enough, because there's just a huge corruption party, and there's so much of an investment in Corruptors. I would not be surprised to see a infestation pit and then a tech to hive to get Broodlords, because he has so many Corruptors right now. It was just a natural switch to go into a Broodlord tech. And we see this third coming online while we see Stroggos going in the hunt for this expansion. So good scouting there by Stroggos, who's always on top of that. Going to this Xel'Naga, just checking out what's going on here. And AlwaysYou now got a few Mutalisks in his air superiority thing, and probably wants to snipe those few Void Rays and Phoenix that are still on the map. Still more Void Rays being produced though for Stroggos here. So I don't like that Stroggos is continuing to commit to this air attack, which has basically been failing miserably so far.
Yeah, there's a third Stargate being, almost finished now, so he's really keen to get his air superiority down. I don't know, I mean, there's a lot of Void Rays now. They can do a lot of damage if there's not about 20 Corruptors following them around the field. And really, it's given AlwaysYou the ability to get his another expansion down too. So he's taken the main and the expansion on the other side of the field, and it looks like Stroggos is only now going to find this out with 1 probe. So good scouting there. He's going to find out these expansions, but really, he really needs to do something with these very costly Void Rays, because he's got a bunch of them now, and they haven't done anything. They've done less than anything, really.
Yeah. There's so many Corruptors and so many Mutalisks. These Void Rays are basically negated, and it's such a massive investment. Unless he can come up with some heroic micro, I do not think he's going to be able to do much with this. There is not much on the ground for AlwaysYou. He is vulnerable to gateway units, but there's just these Stalkers here, and against this unit composition, because the splash from the Mutalisks after they've dealt with the Void Ray is going to be good. I like the positioning on the other side of the cliff for Stroggos, forcing these units to run to him, which is good. He should be backing these Stalkers up, which he is finally doing, but there's so many Corruptors. The Void Rays trying to go to work, but all of these Stalkers going down to the ground units. Now all the air units focusing on these Void Rays. More Void Rays joining the fray, but they're just being bounced all over the place, and Stroggos is in terrible shape here. These Void Rays are fully charged, but there's only 3 left. These Corruptors have that increased armor advantage, and he's got +1 attack on his air units compared to no type of attack upgrades on these Void Rays, and all the Void Rays go down. And now AlwaysYou is on 4 bases, so Stroggos is in bad shape.
Yeah, now Phoenix is the idea for Stroggos now. He really wants to continue with this air. He really could, he really could go Stalkers if he really wanted to, but now I guess he is getting 2 gateways as I say that, so maybe he's going to go a bit further that route because really the air is lost to him. There's just all these mutas, all these corruptors in the field, and right now he's just going to fall really behind. But really, Stroggos now is these zealots he warped in from this pylon, so he's actually going to take down this expansion at the main and will walk into this this natural here with these spine crawlers not yet built. If he moves very, very quickly now, he's choosing to take the extractor down though instead of pushing straight there. So that time is going to be enough for these spine crawlers and these Zerglings to reinforce that. As really, it's just these Phoenix is now really taking out the natural for AlwaysYou.
Yeah, Stroggos is trying to nip at the heels of AlwaysYou here, but AlwaysYou is basically, despite losing 1 hatch, he's still on 3 base. This third is nicely defended, does not have to drag his main force, despite these Zealots having a party in his base. Further proxy pylons going down in that proxy main that AlwaysYou was trying to take there. But he's really got to contain, throwing down another expansion, and Stroggos, unfortunately for Stroggos, who was trying to throw down a sneaky expansion at the north position, but unfortunately, at the 12 o'clock natural, AlwaysYou beat him and got that hatchery down. It's kind of significant of this game. Every move Stroggos has made, AlwaysYou's been just that little bit faster and a little bit more effective. So we are seeing more and more Phoenixes and a couple of Void Rays, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. They tried to take a little bite out of this expansion, but now we're seeing Stroggos, these Zealots left on hold position. A mistake there. They were hiding out, but they were picked up by AlwaysYou, who just takes them out. That's another further loss for Stroggos, and I just think he's just delaying the GG now because there is really nothing he can do. He's being out-macroed, he's being out-contained, he cannot break this mass muta corruptor, and there is ground units streaming in, more mutas coming across, these Zerglings joining the main force. So Stroggos, unless he comes up with some absolutely amazing godlike micro in this battle, I do not think he's going to be able to bring this one back.
Yeah, we're watching just these mutas and these corruptors just kind of taunt in front of this Protoss army, really not able to do much there as these Zerglings just stream across the field, just making sure nothing sneaky happens. Although Stroggos did warp in a bunch of Zealots up the top to take that 12 o'clock, but now these Protoss armies moving in, so we'll see the final battle, I'm sure.
Yeah, nice surround coming off from these Zerglings. These Mutalisks just working on Stroggos' clustered forces. There's so much splash damage going on right now. These Void Rays are charged up, trying to work on these Mutalisks, but there's just too many Mutalisks, too many Corruptors, and it's basically GG. Despite that nice cute little hatch drop up the top, that was basically wrapped up for the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, just great play by AlwaysYou there, bringing it back after going down early in the series. So he does have the answer, at least when it comes to airs, so we'll have to see if he can carry that over for the next games.
Yep, it's 2-1 in this best of 5, so AlwaysYou's clawing it back. We go to game 4.